I did a thing. The concrete is in. That's a whole lot of thermal mass. It turned out everything I thought it was going to be and more. Let me show you. Whew, that was a long day. 22 cubic yards of beautiful concrete thermal mass. So all the in-floor heat pipe is in there, all my sewage lines for a 4-piece bathroom, drain basins, water lines into the grow beds, like that one, so I'm not tripping over lines. And it went pretty good. So it was a concrete pump truck we got, and that we took through the overhead door. He just inched his way with the crane all the way in there to this overhead door, and then the hoses on the ground, and a team of finishers. It was, 7 or 8 finishers. So it was about 4 hours to pour it and place it and bull float it, and then the finishing, 4 power trowels in it, edging power trowels, and these are the boys that I used back when I was building houses and stuff, and man, do they do fine work. So, but all that prep work, man, that takes a long time to get it 4 inches of concrete, 6 or 8 inch thickened edges on it, and level and ever so slightly sloping to the beds, ever so slightly sloping to my drains and drain basins and things. I put a drain here for a shower in the bathroom, or kind of a wet bathroom, just really simple, easy to clean. But yeah, turned out really, really good. So I have to wait, I'm gonna wait the full 28 days before I can paint it. Or what I'm gonna use is, it's called an epoxy paint. So it just goes down, like you roll it on, and the reason for doing that is for dyeing the concrete as black as they could get it, and there's no guarantees it'll stay jet black. It was $3,500 just for the dye coloring in 22 yards to get it black, and again, you don't know how black it's going to be. Now, acid staining, I acid stained my shop, and a dark color called leather, and I put it on like thick, more concentrated, and it's still not that black. So this epoxy paint is, you know, it's, if it's high traffic, I might get 5 years out of it and then have to repaint it, like worst case scenario type of thing, but it's going to take it to jet black. And then the exact same product, that epoxy paint, I can get in a gloss white. So I'm going to have to figure exactly where I'm going to switch from white to black. So right now it's middle of summer and it's hot, so I don't want black concrete. But the summer solstice we just passed is about there type of thing. But, you know, in the winter time when it's -50 out and the sun's shining, I want as much black as possible. So I have to find the line where I switch the paint color type of thing. But concrete all there, this beautiful path, and then raising it up. Now it's a nice sitting height on the raised beds, and easier to work on as well. So, oh yeah, nice and clean. So all this is going to be lined up with flower pots and trays. All this, flower pots and trays, starting like November, December, January, February, March, for outside stuff, and kind of a work area. Oh, I got a work area. I got to put a workbench and sink and things there. Now, if you can see, people are like, well, why so much concrete and not so much growing area? Well, exactly half of the footprint of the greenhouse between the raised bed and this is in-ground growing. So in here is going to be a few fruit trees and things, and at that very end, and row crops, and kind of like having an outside garden. But then I'm going to be having fruit trees and things kind of along the back as well. And my tray racking system. Actually, I'm going to go roll one out because I'm kind of just moving things around to plan out so I don't screw anything up. Plan out how I'm going to actually do this. So I'll grab a tray. Hold on. There. And again, I slope the concrete that goes into my shop, this double door without a beam in the middle. So I can roll out these trays in and out, no problem. Takes like 10 seconds, but made these with some LED lights. They're kind of commercial-ish microgreen trays. So along the back here, I'll have a pile of those. I just have 4 racks right now, and for starting stuff in trays, but nice on the concrete there. So in the wintertime, when you're starting stuff or having stuff in those trays, the sun hits those, but plus we have LED lights on it as well. So it's gonna be good. But yeah, it's in ground for half of the greenhouse, and then it's just going to be potted plants and trays and these racks for kind of the rest of it. And then along the back is, again, bathroom stuff. May or may have not put hot tub electrical stuff in there. And then thermal mass. If people buy a hot tub where I live and put it outside, I think it costs like $4 a day in electricity. Outside in minus 50, keeping water, 98 Fahrenheit or whatever it is. So if you have a hot tub in a greenhouse like this that's big, I'm gonna reduce my chemicals in it maybe so I don't get a chlorine or pooly smell in it. But any heat loss off of that, guess what it heats? The greenhouse. So that works good. Probably cuts your hot tub consumption in half. If I get a hot tub, probably will. But then the thermal mass, of course, there, and black concrete tied all into a big tank. Yep. So the kids just ripping around on their bikes. It's gonna kind of be a nice place to be in the winter. So you're not really allowed to travel in my country, or it's a pain in the ass to travel. So yeah, I'm just creating a life and kind of a nice place to work too, like a nice place to hang out and make a living. So growing some stuff, gonna be good. Yeah, 4-foot wide walkway. And of course I ran pipes, electrical for some plugins here, and then water line right there, so I'm not tripping over hoses. And again, 2 water lines. This would be hard water from the well, and then over there I have water line that goes to my rainwater collection at the back of the shop. So when I have that, the rainwater, I put a little pump or whatever, it goes under the concrete so I'm not tripping over everything to there. And then also to there, a hard water from the well and rainwater, and then another couple over there. So thought about that first. What else did I do? Yeah, those finishers, man. Like, this is something I can't do myself. It's physically impossible. So it was like a team of 8 guys for 8 hours, plus a concrete pump truck, and they did an amazing job. I did the forming, laser leveling, things like that, but sloping to drain basins so you don't get water pooling, things like that. So bathroom, shower, may or may not put a sauna because my wood stove chimney and wood stove goes here. So I might make a wood boiler to tie into the tank for the in-floor heat, like my own coil system, but then build it half into a sauna room. So whenever you have a wood stove, which is every day probably in the winter or in the evening, your sauna's going anyways. So whether I do that or not, who knows? Probably will. And then concrete, of course, all the way back there. This is going to be some processing. I did another drain for the sink, drain basins in the middle, proper sloping. So if I'm cleaning a whole bunch of plants or outdoor garden produce, or wife is making bouquets, like have some workbenches on wheels or whatever for flower cutting. Or if I'm going to put my smoker permanently here, vented outside, commercial smoker. So whenever I want to smoke something, it's ready to go there. Because I'm the type of person that if you have to like find the piece of equipment, haul it out somewhere temporarily, put it outside just to do the thing, I'll never do the thing. So if it's, I have a sink here, a smoker here, workbenches here, I'll keep it clean and then I can use all that stuff. But so yeah, I can drive Bobcat all the way into the greenhouse anywhere I want. So if I'm going to put massive banana trees and orange trees in like half of a 45-gallon drum, cut off big planters, I might either do it on wheels or a dolly or little pallets, so I can whip in with a skid steer or a forklift and move them maybe outside in a spot for our short summer, and then scoot them back through the overhead door in the wintertime. So very, very versatile. So, and again, if we're these trays, like this rack is like 7 feet high, I did this door and the exact same height. So like nothing, I can take a tray, a workbench into the shop and out this way. I can take things out the back this way. So yeah, but hopefully that concrete's strong enough for all my big tilapia fish tanks I'm planning on doing in rainwater collection. Should be. It's on native clay, and I packed a whole bunch of gravel and then the concrete and proper rebar and everything. Should be good. But rainwater collection, and now I can get ready to do my pallet racking. It kind of sucks the 28-day cure time, because I don't really want to do too much or move too much stuff in, because then I have to move it out again to paint it. So I've got some other projects to do, so we'll let this cure properly so the paint works. But so the other thing about concrete in here, so like this, you're watering and it's going to be humid and stuff and have bugs or maybe even pest problems or stuff like that, but that we're going to have to deal with. But this nice clean surface, I can pressure wash it to drains, keep it clean, soap and water. The concrete is going to, like right now, it's cooler again, quite a bit cooler. It feels like I'm in a basement, but the greenhouse is opened up because all this mass is shaded. So it's just nice and cool back here. And then black in the summer, it's going to be hot, but this is going to cut down humidity by probably half. Because in the wintertime, when it's closed up in here and you're watering and it's its own ecosystem, you can't open it up to the outside. It gets pretty humid in here. So another thing I'm considering, well, it's still the middle and heat of summer, because last winter, our first winter, I brought in all this dirt and compost from outside and leaves as mulch and some other mulch. And then right off the bat, we had aphids and fruit fly problems. So those pests to deal with. So I'm thinking if I'm going to do mulch, I have to decide here. And I love wood chip mulch is my favorite. That's what we do outside. But I should do that ahead of time in the summer. So while it's opened up, it kind of equalizes type of thing. So if there is aphids or the bad stuff in the mulch or something, it'll kind of equalize itself out before I have to close it up for the winter. But yeah, but this concrete's going to reduce our humidity, reduce our pests. I can keep it clean. And then I can do all that cool stuff, whether it's container gardening, hydroponics, aquaponics, microgreen tray racks, just like gardens in pots. Like maybe I line this with tomato plants in pots or something. Maybe I do strawberries up the wall. I don't know. There's so much stuff. It's like going to be a like partial lifetime hobby figuring it out and see how much stuff I can pump out of this greenhouse. Real good food and flowers. So let's leave it at that for now, and hope you enjoyed. But we are pretty excited. That is a massive milestone. And yeah, that's the first thing on the entire build that I hired out, because you literally, it's impossible to do myself or me and a few buddies. You need a team of like 6 or 8 professionals and pump trucks and stuff, or else it won't be a nice project. So a nice finished product, but we're very, very happy. So. Oh, and I guess another thing, sticking to my original business concept of the subscription CSA box type hyper local economy that I think is the future. So supply chain issues and globalism. So if they say it's going globalism, then you do the hyper local. But anyways, I'm not going to do microgreens and go sit at the farmer's market for 2 or 3 days a week or 20 hours a week trying to convince people of all about microgreens and talking to people. When I'm ready to do this, we're going to have bananas once a year, apples outside, fruit of all different kinds, lettuce, tomatoes, potatoes outside, meat, eggs, microgreens, all different types in the subscription boxes. Like for my wife's start of her flower thing, it's a subscription bouquet thing. So whoever signed up, I think she did 4 bouquets when the flowers are ready, and extra little bit for delivery or common pickup place. And when I am finally ready, and who knows how long it's going to take me, but I keep on trucking, it's going to be the CSA box year-round, weekly or bi-weekly pickups, a tiny customer base, a loyal customer base. I'm sure, like if I was to pay for a booth or a farmer's market booth and pay to do a trade show and pay for fuel and haul a bunch of stuff and hope to sell it, and then if I don't sell it, haul it all back and things. No, I'm going to have a permanent walk-in cooler here, a clean processing area, like with food boxes type of thing, and a loyal customer base, and they're going to get a smoking deal on what I'm doing just to make sure I keep that customer base. And of course, if I provide really good service with really good products, reliable, and decent prices, then that's just the makings of a good business with a loyal customer base. So I'm sure I'm going to have a massive waiting list. So again, I don't have the time to go sit and have conversations with people at the farmer's market. It's going to be subscription box type thing every Saturday or every other Saturday, and pickup points at local businesses in town. And I'm not too far away from town. Maybe even have, like, I'm close enough, could even have customers come out and be like on our pickup day type of thing. But so yeah, sticking to the original business concept. So I see all these videos like microgreen, like make $1,000 a week out of your basement doing microgreens. Well, like I can do that, but I don't want to be like trying to sell to a restaurant, or maybe a CSA box to a restaurant or something. But literally the possibilities are endless, because I'm one of very few people, if not the only one, that's going to be able to do it for 12 months of the year, not just 3 or 4. So there's probably unlimited demand for buildings like this and small hyper local businesses like this. Now, again, I'm not expecting to get rich, but I'm expecting to make a living, pay the bills just off of, our homestead farm setup type of thing. And that might be significantly better than, if hard times come, like Grandma and Grandpa talked about the Great Depression, and if that's the next scenario in the world, then my life is going to change. Not at all type of thing. So, and it's not like I'm sacrificing things. This is kind of a nice place for me to work and be all year round, and we love it. So yeah, but sticking to our original business concept. And oh yeah, I have a vision, and it's playing out. So, But again, I'm just a Hutterite colony of one, I tell the Hutterites, and yeah, we're going to get this going. Eventually do some on-site living accommodations for future workers. And again, this is our winter greenhouse, the super insulated, all year round, high efficient, like piece of art. And then I have some hoop house frames that, you know, we could be starting stuff in here in February, and then in April, shuffle everything out to hoop houses where they'll permanently be all summer or whatever. But literally the possibilities are endless. Close to the economy, one of the only people doing this. Like, it's insane how much demand that there is, you know. It's so get to building. Yeah, it's doable. I did it. You can do it. Like, used materials, this thing costs less than you think, right? So you know, if I was going to buy a new truck or build this entire thing, I chose to, you know, have my old truck and build this entire thing. So that's about what it cost me. So yeah. Okay, thanks for watching. Well, I'm almost getting to the fun stuff. I've got some cleaning up to do and some still unfun things, but it's almost getting to the fun stuff. So we'll keep you posted as we go. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care.